The man is not only going crazy and exploding 1,000,000 soldiers in the Abyss dimension, also publicly killing the esteemed Demigod Shadow Frogman. Such strong power quickly gained the favor of many top academies. They invited him one after another to come early for an interview at the Educational Affairs office. The admission officer took a liking to her at first sight. She was the girl who came with Wu, Xuangqin. Your family is from the genuine deity family. You have abundant resources. In this exam, you obtain the divine body to use for creating a Lord entity, right? How much divinity do you have now? The school leaders on the side were dumbfounded on the spot. Because they are school leaders. Have been promoted to demigod for many years. But no one can cultivate a Lord entity. Xuangqin answered truthfully. I have 4 points of divinity in my heart that amaze me. 4 points of divinity are equivalent to 450 million MP. It's simply lavish. The admission officer was not very surprised. Xuangqin, your qualifications completely meet the admission requirements of 3 universities. After you have cultivated the Lord entity, you can proceed with the procedures for prospective students and experience university life in advance. As for Wu, what about him? Then the admissions counselor changed the subject. His gaze turned serious as he looked at Wu. We have reviewed your information. Your core family dependents are locusts. Is that correct? Wu nodded. Yes. After confirming that the core family dependents are locusts, the enrollment teacher immediately put a cross mark on the form, and then continued to ask questions. Your current divinity is 1 point. That's correct. Wu also nodded truthfully. That's correct. The admissions officer then made a check mark on the form. The last question. We are really curious. How your Swordwind clan hero from your realm, as well as this time's exam showing. How did you get the weakened version of Skeleton Lord incarnation? There was a pause. Obviously, the other party did not know their power, so they refused. Can I not answer this question? The teacher, seeing this, no longer asked further. I'm sorry about that, student Wu. Although you are excellent, you have not met our requirements in terms of conditions. Farewell to the college entrance examination. Director Mei Su sighed inwardly upon hearing this. Wu's excellence was obviously not seen by the 3 admissions teachers. What a pity. Wu is not interested in these 3 top colleges either. But in the face of the attitude of a genuine deity, he remains neither humble nor arrogant. I got it. I will work hard. The enrollment teacher sensed Wu's emotions. With a perfunctory tone he said, I wish your wishes come true. After they left, Wen Tian comforted Wu. The threshold for elite institutions is high, so it's normal not to get in. If you're willing, there are several other top universities that have invited you. However, Wu had already made up his mind. No need. I only want to go to Capital Academy. He walked out of the classroom, but was stopped in his tracks by Xuangqin. After I nurture the Lord entity, I will go to the top academy and become a preparatory student. Will you go to Capital Academy in the future? Wu nodded affirmatively. In fact, he is going to Capital Academy to inquire about the whereabouts of his lost parents in the disordered Star Ocean. Xuangqin said, All right. I will also choose Capital Academy. However, I will enter under the status of a preparatory student. Capital Academy will definitely have access to a large amount of resources. By then, you may not necessarily be my opponent. So, you should take the opportunity now to become my slave. Speak while walking. I have also earned quite a fortune by my own efforts. Is it necessary to become a slave? I still need to organize the gains from this time. Just leaving now. Goodbye. Xuangqin took a long breath. He's really a goofball, but he looks like a tiny skeleton. Still quite cute. The man absorbed all the rewards obtained from the Abyss dimension. His information panel also changed accordingly. Although core family dependents have not evolved into heroes yet, Swordwind Clan, Red Dwarf, Skeleton Tribe, and Minotaur Clan together have 6 heroes. He can also be considered a small parvenu. Now he can upgrade items to enhance the combat power of family dependents. However, the most important thing is to build the life evolution path for the locusts. The first one, Source of Corruption, is used to build the path of corruption through this life evolution of locusts. Will be directly promoted to the elite ranks. Will have stronger resistance and more tenacious vitality. Resistance to negative status and magical attacks enhanced significantly. Overall speaking, belongs to the evolutionary direction of protection. Let's just call you Abyssal Locust. The second one, the Heart of the Shadow Frogman, is used to construct the Path of Dark Curses. Through the Locust of the Path of Dark Curses, will also be promoted to elite. Can fly stealthily and bring various negative effects to enemies. Goes the route of assassination. Let's call it Dark Curse Locust. But just then, an urgent prayer entered Wu's mind. Oh gods, please forgive the foolishness of my people. He was actually dismantling the ore. Mistakenly, the holy relic staff given by the gods also fell into the disassembly machine. Oh gods, please forgive his sin. Wu sighed, this is too wasteful. Divine Incarnation descended immediately to inspect, only to see Divine Hammer kneeling on the ground begging for forgiveness. Gods forgive me. He is the foolish person who threw the holy relic into the disassembly machine. Not only did Wu not blame him, he even helped him up. Remember this mistake and be more serious in the future. Iron Hammer, Divine Hammer's brother, was extremely grateful. Tears welled up in his eyes. Later, Wu looked at the rumbling disassembly machine with a frustrated expression. He was very curious about what would be extracted when the holy relic was placed inside. 2 flame gemstones, a golden crystal, and a source of holy relics appeared before his eyes. Wu discovered that the source of holy relics possesses restoration abilities, or upgrade the power of the holy relic. Then can't your own damaged gluttony code be repaired? Approaching it with a trial attitude, Wu made contact between the gluttony code and the source of holy relics. Soon, a magical scene unfolded. The source of holy relics transformed into strands of power that merged into the gluttony code. The information panel underwent changes. Ordinary life forms that consume energy exceeding 999 times their own can evolve into elite after evolving into elites. Previously, it was 1,000 times. Now the requirement has been lowered. If there are enough source of holy relics, the gluttony code can be fully restored. The question is, where can we find so many holy relics? In order to acquire holy relics at an extremely low price, he decisively went online to see what other netizens had to say. One post in particular caught Wu's attention. The poster is a genuine deity who had his weapon damaged during a battle in the outer regions, leading to a significant decrease in his combat effectiveness. He hopes to find skilled individuals to help him complete the repair of the artifact. Finished reading the post, Wu had an idea in mind. Repair this weapon that is both an artifact and a holy relic. Perhaps the source of holy relics might work. So he left a comment in the comments section below. If needed, please contact me privately. The comment was posted for only a minute. Wu immediately received a communication request from the other party. Can you really help me repair my weapon? Wu asked. I can only say, let's give it a try. After all, you have been posting for so long without finding a good solution. At most, trying once won't cause much loss. If you believe in it, just send over a few holy relics. The genuine deity has downloaded the Anti-Fraud Oracle Center. Make sure Wu doesn't cheat him. So how many levels of holy relics do you need? I can provide you with up to level 4 right away. Anything above level 4 will take some time. Wu said. Just level 1 is fine. However, he was extremely surprised in his heart. Level 4. This person is really rich. The man left a comment in the comments section saying he can repair artifacts. Unexpectedly, a genuine deity directly sent him 100 holy relics. When he saw the exquisite 100 grade 1 sacred items, Wu suddenly had the idea of blacklisting and running away. But as soon as he thought about the Realm Anti-Fraud Center, his head began to ache slightly. It took 3 seconds to calm down the restlessness of inner greed. With a strong sense of regret, Wu threw these 100 holy relics into the disassembly machine. Then the disassembly machine started to operate frantically, and flames were instantly ignited inside. Roughly 2 hours later, a large number of various energy crystals surged out. Among them, the source of holy relics also decomposed into 109 pieces. Wu immediately teleported 100 pieces of the source of holy relics back to the genuine deity, and greedily kept 9 pieces for himself. He was determined not to be found out. A few minutes later, the genuine deity contacted Wu again. "Master, you are my reincarnated parents. I, Zhong Yuan, implore you to help me." Upon hearing this name, Wu secretly chuckled. Zhong Yuan is indeed a silly person. Meanwhile, the class teacher Wen Tian is absorbing the level 3 divine healing in his hands. His own strength has been enhanced. He is also one step closer to becoming a genuine deity. This is the assessment that took place in the Abyss Dimension on that day. Letian Lu lost a bet to Wen Tian in the level 3 divine healing, although there is a big gap compared to level 5. However, the quality is considered decent. Just as he was contemplating, he suddenly received a communication request from Wu. After the call connected, Wu immediately asked him how to acquire resources to upgrade the Realm Core level. He had searched online, but couldn't find any information at all. When Tian expressed that scarce resources like clerical position divinity, core fragments, etc., are impossible to find online. As soon as they are listed, large financial conglomerates snatch them up. "You helped me defeat Letian Lu. I could give you my collection, but there is another way. A senior with whom I have a good relationship once took me to participate in a competition in a dimension called Bloody Arena. The winner of each competition there receives realm core fragments as a reward from the organizers. But if you let you and other realm citizens clerical position, battle against other civilizations' races, this may result in a large number of family dependents' deaths. Can you accept this kind of competition?" Wu nodded. "No problem. I lack everything. I just don't lack family dependents." In fact, he recently spent a lot of money training family dependents. He also wants to test the strength of family dependents. 15 minutes later, the two finally teleported to their destination. The Bloody Arena is located in a huge dimension and belongs to one of the civilizations in the outer region. It is said to be the property of a divine king. Wu had never seen such a novel place before. He looked around like a mountain child arriving in a big city. When Tian asked him to be a bit more restrained. Wearing a mask can conceal the demigods examine, and you need to fill out a registration form before participating. The arena here is divided according to the level of the competitors, divinity beings, demigods, and genuine deities. Unless the competitor specifically requests it, cross-level competitions generally do not occur. There is no limit on the number of family dependents for participation in the competition. But if you want to concede in the competition, family dependents need to have a death rate of over 50% in order to proceed. Headstrong players will persist until the death rate is 100%. However, Wu had just finished filling out the registration form. He only understood the rules about 70 to 80%. When he looked up, he saw the words, "Match successful," appear in the sky. Next, a teleport space appeared. Forcibly, he was pulled into the arena. The sparse discussion from the audience in the stands. "This kid is obviously a newbie. Lacks experience. Like a hothouse flower. Got beaten a few times, and now he knows the dangers of the outer region. Poor thing. Facing the cruel rat apprentice in the first match. Though the voices are far away, they clearly reach Wu's ears. He found out from the audience's mouths. The other party should be a guy with a very bad and cruel reputation. And family dependents should also be mice." Between contemplation, 2 rows of words appear above. "Please release family dependents. The competition will officially begin in 3 minutes." Then a guy named Rat Apprentice summoned 300 million rats. Kid, I bet you've never seen so many family dependents. Scared, right? After Rat Lord kills all your family dependents, he will let you go. Wu just smiled faintly at this. Want to compare numbers with me? Just watch him casually wave his hand. Countless billions of locusts flew out like a vast expanse, almost obscuring the sky above the entire arena. The battle between 3 billion rat folk and billions of locusts has finally begun. I saw rat folk take out a small crossbow. In the blink of an eye, they shot out 3 billion arrows as if it were pouring rain. Wu hesitated not at all. Issued the oracle immediately. Abyssal locust. Protection. His voice fell. A large group flew out from a vast swarm of locusts. Abyssal locusts with robust bodies. They activated their shields to deflect the first wave of arrows. The legion of locusts remains unscathed. The rat folk continue to fill the arrows in preparation for the second wave of attack. Seize this opportunity. Wu ordered all dark cursed locusts to launch a surprise attack from both wings of the rat folk. Only saw dark cursed locusts quickly merge into the shadows, sneaking into the rear of the rat folk legion without their knowledge. Curse of sluggishness appeared quickly. The curse of weakness and the curse of blindness erupted at the same time. Suddenly, more than 90% of rat folk were unable to smoothly load arrows. Following that, countless infernal worms came rushing from the front. They crossed the protection of the abyssal locust and attacked those who were hit. Rat folk with multiple curses. I saw their 4 wings trembling violently. At the same time, they launched toxic spikes containing a level 1 holy relic toxic mist orb from their tails. In an instant, countless spikes fell from the sky. A large number of rat folk were struck, and the toxin seeped into their bloodstreams and internal organs. Within 5 seconds, they died from the potent poison. The casualties caused by Wu's sudden attack were horrifying. Directly slaughtered nearly 80% of the Ratfolk Legion. Watching the survival rate of family dependents plummet, the Rat Apprentice is angry and heartbroken. Stop fighting. I surrender. As the Rat Apprentice declares surrender, a layer of protective barrier descends in the center of the arena, isolating the battling family dependents. Soon, a giant ritual circle appears on the ground. Then all the Ratfolk bodies are gathered together and absorbed. Finally, they condense into a fragment of realm core floating in the air. At this moment, Wu feels a hint of horror in his heart. Because the patterns of the ritual circle are extremely similar to the patterns of his own sacrifice ritual circle, and even more powerful. After the duel ended, Wen Tian was very satisfied with Wu's performance. Well done. He easily won the first competition, and helped me earn a lot of MP. Looking at the minimal casualties among your family dependents, are you interested in continuing to participate in the second round of the competition? If you can win consecutively, the realm core fragments you'll obtain will be 10% more than this time. Wu immediately agreed upon hearing this. Because of the reproduction speed of locusts, even if there are many casualties, they can be replenished in a short period of time. That's it. Wu fought 184 battles in a row in the next 32 days. Self-exploded only 100 million infernal worms. Still not as fast as their reproducing speed. Now, Wu's realm core has been upgraded to level 7. The realm core fragments needed for level 8 are even more than the total needed before. When Tian saw that he was feeling down, so he once again pointed out a clear path. With the strength of your current family dependents, you can try challenging a demigod. Wu was very curious. Will the reward increase if challenging a demigod as a divine being? When Tian nodded. It will be 10 times the usual reward for winning a normal competition. For example, if you battle a demigod next and emerge victorious, you will receive the benefit of 90 consecutive wins multiplied by 10. This means you will receive 90 times the amount of normal realm core fragments. After hearing Wen Tian's explanation, Wu felt a bit excited. He wants to make a big move with his 40 million grasshopper family dependents. Later, he submitted the application for the cross-level challenge. The receptionist at the registration office had to confirm multiple times before finally believing it. Can't believe someone would actually choose a cross-level challenge. The cross-level battle quickly caused a huge sensation. Divinity creatures against demigod. It's a match that many spectators don't have high hopes for. Because demigod has a higher realm core level, they can equip higher level holy relics. In addition, demigod also holds a clerical position, allowing them to wield divine magic. The gap is simply too big. When Tian told Wu that his odds are currently 1:100, everyone is not optimistic about him. However, Wu asked Wen Tian to help him bet 10 million MP on himself to win. Wen Tian laughed and said, "You really dare? I, as a teacher, am willing to bet 5 million MP on you to win. When you win, I will reward myself with an artifact." Wu looked speechless and said, "Thank you, teacher." But in his heart, he was extremely critical. Wen Tian bought an artifact to reward himself. "It has nothing to do with me. You're overreacting." Then he entered his own realm. After upgrading the realm, he didn't have time to add the holy relic yet. What should he add? He currently only has 2 holy relics loaded in his realm core, Gluttony Code and Toxic Mist Orb. But they both seemed to lack meaning. Just as he was contemplating, the genuine deity Zhongyuan sent a message, asking if Wu had extracted today's portion of the source of holy relics. Wu handed over the extracted 100 portions of the source of holy relics. Then he asked Zhongyuan if he could find all the holy relics below level 4. Zhongyuan truthfully replied, "Yes, I have many inventories of creatures below level 4. Feel free to ask me if you need any." Upon hearing this, Wu no longer held back. "Alright. Next, I need a powerful level 2 holy relic. The attribute is best to be poison, earth, dark, and fire. These 4 attributes." As soon as he finished speaking, 50 level 2 holy relics were teleported over in one go. Wu couldn't help but sigh. A genuine deity is really wealthy.